Alright, last replay analysis. This is P1 Terrorblade. Alright, Tango Salve, some stats for Wraithband, Coin Blade. Okay, pretty standard. Okay, they're invading, forcing early. It's got double wolves, which makes it hard to contest the Beastmaster. Actually, 3 of them there, so you guys might as well just give up on those runes. But okay, so you hide behind the tower is fine. The ogre needs to stand out for the provision, and you really should kind of keep just the tiniest glimpse like that. Yeah, that's perfect. Just enough to know that they're still there, and you can't push out any further. That was a waste of his ignite. Yeah. Damage is going to be healed off by the time you leave the lane, but his mana might not quite all be back. Alright, so you guys still get 2. Take both top runes, that's fine. Now you need to be moving out for vision, so there's no reason at this point where they would still be there. So, you know, mid is going back to mid. Their creeps are, or their heroes for an off lane are going towards the runes here to make sure they get them. So they're somewhere in this area coming back. You don't need to continue to hide here behind this tower. You should be doing something. But right now you're just standing. Your character's not moving. You have no vision of whether or not they're here or they're here. If you stand out here on this side, you can see if they're blocking their creeps. You can do something. You could have blocked your creeps a little bit, considering you let them get out too far. This is good. Going back to the range. Okay, instant metamorphosis for the first. Wow, so you're trying to kill off the wolf. You don't get it, and you miss your range creep in exchange. So that's not good. You went metamorphosis to try and kill a Beastmaster wolf, and then you missed the first range creep. That's not great here. Yep, you gotta tank those a little bit so that you stay in the right position. Okay, easy. Yep, it's good that you get a couple of harassing hits on the Beastmaster and his summons while you're still metamorphosized, but now you're in a bad spot for the next 2 minutes. Okay, that was a freebie. You should have easily had that creep. Yeah, you keep trying to kill those wolves, but the Beastmaster's just going to walk them away when they start to get low. And you're probably not going to be able to use your illusions to farm them. It would be a better use of your illusion to send them after the Beast or the Jakiro and just get some more harassing damage. You don't need the illusion for the last hit, right-clicking, or you shouldn't. Yeah, just send the illusion to attack those guys and then let it just auto-chase them down. Force them out of the lane just a little bit more. Alright, so you got your Wraithband. Yay. You're way out of position. You're not doing anything with your illusion. This is all wasted time. Okay. You gotta right click. You can't even see the enemy hero or the enemy creep health bars because of the way you position your camera. You gotta be more off to one side or the other. You're basically looking at your own character blocking the health bars, so you can't get a good sense of when to try and CS. What are you doing? Are you stacking this? Okay. Close. You got the range creep, so it's better than nothing. You got a stack and a partial full. Again, send the illusion to go do something. Don't sit there and use the illusion to try and right click, because you're just going to keep losing to the Jakiro. Okay. Interesting use of metamorphosis. Now you're just walking away completely. You're not even going to try and deny or anything. You're just going to... Okay, no deny attempt at all. You're taking a lot of damage from creeps. This is a bad spot. You're now way out of position. You have no creeps of your own. You may get a kill here, though. That's good. Okay. Hopefully you don't trade, because that would be an overall loss. Oh, I remember this. You use the sab, and then you keep walking in the trees instead of teleporting. So right there, teleport. Behind the trees, there's no reason to stop at that point. Or to keep running at that point. You should, as soon as you get behind the first tree and Ogre's throwing the stun, you should try and teleport. Otherwise, don't even waste the sap if you're going to try to stay alive by running, because you're not going to be able to outrun the Jakiro slow and the little wolf. He dies for a last hit there. That's bad. You're not bringing any more regen out to the lane. Also not excellent. Okay. See, so you cast the illusion, and then you still stand in front of the illusion. So your illusion is taking less of the creep wave damage than you are, which is a mistake. If you're going to use the illusion to stand in the creep wave with you, then position it just slightly in front so that the illusion tanks the damage first. Because the illusion should be having a really bad time here. But yeah, this is bad aggro. I don't know what you're doing here. Okay. Ogre comes up. Jakiro doesn't. That's good. What's Jakiro doing? Oh, he's getting runes. Okay. So, Ogre has lost both those runes, but he's harassed the Beastmaster out for a second. That was a freebie. That was a huge freebie. Like, even a non-Terrorblade. We got that. You must have been looking on the map or something. Okay. Yeah, again, you're just letting your illusion stand around idly, not doing anything. This illusion isn't a buff to your right-click damage, and if you're using it like that, then you're missing out on a lot of its value. You're basically just giving the Jakiro another target to splash hit you with. Okay. Interesting. Yep, get him while he's getting hit by the creeps. Okay, and leave. You should really send the illusion to keep hitting him, though. Like, I don't know why you're saving... Like, this is silly. Like, you're just dancing around, completely scared. You're not even approaching the wave. You're not sending the illusion into harass. You're not sending the illusion into last hit. You're not aggroing the creeps back on to the, to split the wave. So this is all wasted time. If you're going to do this, you might as well just leave in jungle and let Ogre soak the XP. This wave is completely lost, and then this lane is completely lost at this point. And you guys are playing way too passive as a pair. So, Terrorblade is not a good hero for you. Just from the laning stage. Yeah, nothing you can do about that. With the Invoker there, he's definitely dead, and that's fine. But you need to then rotate out. So you need to go find a jungle camp to work on. Or you need to go do something. Like, all this standing right here is completely worthless still. You're not even sitting close enough to get XP. Like, I think you're out of XP range. Your XP didn't increment at all when that next creep died. So you're giving up on the XP that you could have just by standing a little bit closer. You're not jungle farming. That was a terrible use of meta. You're not going to get him. You're not taking like 8 creeps worth of damage, which is a bad idea. So yeah, now you traded half your life so you could get like 3 metamorphosis right clicks on the Beastmaster. And you might be dead here, depending on how much damage he gets on you. Oh wow. Okay, there you go. So that was not an excellent use of Metamorphosis. Try not to use it when there's a lot of enemy creeps in the wave and you just lost all your creeps, because then you're trying to Metamorphosis while the whole creep wave is punching you and the Beastmaster can just turn around and walk away. You need to try and time it as Ogre is going in with his double disable so that whoever you're going on with meta is first stunned and then slowed, or slowed and stunned. Either way, it doesn't matter how Ogre plays it really. Range-wise, he probably needs to play it slow and then stun, but that at least gives you something to do. Deny this range creep. What are you doing? Go up here and deny this range creep. You're wasting time right now. Okay, so you've given up on the game completely by not even trying to deny that range creep. Like you realize you lost the lane and you're not going for anything. You could have denied it while the Beastmaster was doing all this other stuff up here. Yeah, I'm trying to kill this siege wagon. Isn't worth your time, really. Deny. Okay, easy deny. Didn't even go for it. You're going for right clicks. Now your illusion is body blocking you. And you're dead again. Yeah, this is a really terrible lane for you. I wouldn't pick this hero again the rest of the season. This is not a good laning presence, and it shouldn't be this bad. Like Jakiro Beast is a really tough lane, but it should not be this terrible. I feel like when you are playing Jug, you know what to do when you can't get in the creep wave. But with the Terrorblade, you just kind of like stand there. You don't stand close enough to leech in the jungle. You don't go kill a jungle camp. With Jug, you aggro back or something else. You might as well just leave this and go for the small camp right now, because you're not getting much anything. There we go. Send the illusion first, so it takes the damage. Nope, you're going to take all the damage. See, when you do that and you have the illusion right next to you, if you run up into the camp first, you're just taking the damage for nothing, and the illusion keeps its full health, which is worthless because the illusion is going to pop and disappear in a few seconds. So you might as well use this free health bar here. Like, this is good. No, not quite. So the big creep is still hitting you. But you almost did it. You almost had the creep hit first. Oh, and now you're dead. Okay, so they don't know you don't have meta. They probably assume you do. You're saving it. That's why she's not hitting you. So that's actually really lucky that they just assumed you picked meta, or not meta, Sunder, and that getting you any lower would have risked killing themselves. Nice mind game. Again, back up a little bit and let the creep take the illusion take the creep damage. You're standing in front of your illusion, tanking its damage when its life doesn't matter and yours does. Eat a tango here, maybe even just eat the salve. Yeah, this elven skin needs to be brought up, so the extra 6 agility is worth more than 1 of everything. So that's a very inefficient use of your slot. So you should just eat the tango and then put that in. Put the salve in instead. Okay. Okay, so you use the salve. Now you're still not moving the elven skin or the branch up. At least the illusion is in front this time, so at least the illusion is taking the damage, so that's better played. Okay. What the hell just happened to your... Okay, power treads. Okay, I was like, what the hell? I'm going blind. Way too tired. Deny? No. Move this branch up. Why are these branches passive? Thank you. Alright, what's your next item gonna be? Probably Dragon Lance? I don't know, you're not queuing anything. You guys just don't like using the quick buys. Like, I imagine your choices here are a Dragon Lance or a Yasha going into Manta. You could get the Yasha and then turn it to something else if you want like an S and Y, but really Manta is the way to go. Dragon Lance is good even if you don't turn it into a pike anytime soon at all. Okay, so you are going Yasha into Manta. Yeah, this feels like a really inefficient way to farm here. What's your net worth at? Okay, you are dead last of all the cores, above the supports, so not fantastic. You don't have a TP scroll now, so you gotta have another one on its way. Looks like you've got a band of elven skin coming or something. And select the damn courier. Okay, yes, you have elven skin and clarities. Alright. Should have had a TP scroll on that courier, but whatever. I feel like you're going to use your metamorphosis almost exclusively to power farm jungle camps instead of pressure tier 1s with your team. And that's unfortunate. Move this clarity out and put the elven skin in. There's no reason for you to sit here with the clarity while one's going. Okay. Yeah, I guess you're just going to eat another clarity immediately, and so that's why you're not putting it in for some reason. And a meta to farm a creep camp by yourself without any illusions. instead of taking a tier 1 tower and then farming all the creep camps. See, the thing is, this metamorphosis is so useful to punch down a tier 1 tower that you could group up with your team, punch out a tower, and then go back to power farming, while the rest of your team pushes into the enemy jungle and takes farm that you're not looking for, so that everyone farms more efficiently. But the way you're doing this, you're just power farming your own jungle, which means the rest of your team has to sort of look for other things somewhere else on the map without you, and they're just better. They're just worse off for it. You're getting one of those last hits if you time it. No reason to deny that if you're gonna push, I guess. Okay, there we go. Illusion and auto attack order. Nope, send the illusion in. What is this illusion doing? This illusion does nothing running home with you. You need to send that up and then kill the range creep and then continue to pressure the tower. There's no reason for you to bring that illusion with you here. You really don't need it. Alright, move the branch up, unless you're going to run the clarity or the alacrity out. Not staying for runes, so your team will probably get 1 out of 4. Yeah, I really don't know why this whole team doesn't like to use active inventory slots. And I've harped on that for like 6 weeks now in videos. I don't think anyone watches these. Alrighty. Good timing to get to the mid-creep wave. Send that... Just give these illusions auto-attack forward orders and then leave them, yeah. If that's what you did, that's good. Yeah, still not using the branch. Why even buy these branches? Like, you keep them in your inventory for the first minute while you're hiding in the lane, and then you get a couple items and you put them in your backpack. Like, you should just stop buying branches. And then just try and get your Wraith Band a little earlier, or get another salve. Really should get another salve and skip these branches, because you're only using them for about 180 seconds at the beginning of the game, and then you just hide them. So you're not giving your hero any move commands in between attacking. It's a minor efficiency. It's kind of not really a guardian thing, but try when you're just sitting in a creep camp by itself, not doing anything. Attack the creep, move a little bit, attack the creep, move a little bit, attack the creep, move a little bit, so that by the time you finish killing the creep off, you're over here on the side instead of back where you started, and you're that much closer to walking to the next creep camp. Send the illusion up. Don't hide with your illusion. Don't body double with your illusion everywhere you go. Send this illusion to do something. Get some vision with it, kill some creeps with it, push a lane. You know, now you're just like keeping the illusions. Okay. I think for this, Alright, you got clarities here instead of branches. Good use of meta. This is a good time to pop it and go for some pushes. Yeah, you need to sunder that ogre to stay alive. There you go. Yeah, so you don't need to walk all the way out of the range of the tower. You can A-click one of your friendly creeps and the tower will de-aggro to it instead of you. But yeah, fight is definitely over for you. Let's just go back to jungling. Might as well pop one of those clarities that you bought and you're hanging on to. There you go. And move the iron branch up. It should be natural though. As soon as you pop a clarity and it's running, move the clarity out of the active inventory spot and put the stats back in. Every time. Okay, hanging out, hanging out. Go back up to the ancient camp. So there's no reason for you to come back this way. You know, if you're feeling low and you think you might die here or you might not have enough health to stay alive, you know, a little bit longer, then just go kill off one more ancient camp and then run back home from the fountain. Buy yourself a salve, that's good too. But now you need to get back in the that ancient camp. You need to be farming those ancients faster like you do when you're playing Jug. Because this farming pattern is nothing like your Jug farming pattern. Really slow. Deny that range creep. You're not going to... Oh, he's going to get the kill, I guess, maybe. you're not helping to get the kill, so you're basically a spectator in that. Might as well deny the range creep and prevent Snap from getting a little bit more XP. Why are you keeping the branches dead here? Like that spot is completely wasted. You've had several items come and go, so you know that you're constantly clearing it. More clarities. Power chugging clarities. Okay. We need to give that Grove Bow to the OD. Okay, your super slow motion inventory management. Watching the hero run away. Again, put the illusion in front. Don't stand in front of your illusion. You're taking damage when the illusion should be taking all of it. The illusion should hit the camp first, and the illusion should get aggroed by all 3 creeps in it. This way, right now, you're getting hit by the voles for absolutely no reason. That's not a lot, but it's why you're running in between these camps with half to 2/3, sometimes down to 1/3 health. You use a lot of clarities, which is good, and you've got a lot of images going around. But if the illusions aren't tanking the creeps for you, then you're only getting half the benefit when they do a pissant 60 extra damage for you. Okay, 20 minutes. There's a room right there. You walked away from it. You're just hanging out here. What are you looking at? You just like walked up here and then like paused, looked at the ground a few times, and then hung up again. That was a good start to the fight. Looks like it's going to get bad. So you must have been like using a non-Dota program or something, because your mouse did some weird dancing over here that had nothing to do with like shop or anything. Alright. And here's the beginning of the end. Alright, catching up in net worth a little bit. That's good. You're up to 4th. 10th, 5th, whatever. How much further till Manta? A couple hundred? Again, send those illusions to just auto-attack and push the waypoint. That illusion should be walking forward, and you should be walking back right now. The illusion should not be following you. There's no reason for this guy to be on your ass like a little gay buddy. Like, you need to send him into the wave, because he could be killing one of these creeps up here right now. Instead, you're getting a little bit extra damage that you don't need, because you're well beyond needing the illusions to clear these camps. Alright, what's your next item? You don't have anything in quick buy again. You guys need to buy, or you need to mark out your next item as soon as you finish purchasing the next one. In fact, you should have multiple items here. I don't see anyone that has multiple purchases. This is a 2-row display here, so you could have Manta up here, and then your second item you're going to buy here. So you could have like, I think it's like 8 marked things on this panel. But nobody seems to think more than one item ahead. Alright, again, send the illusion, you go back, the illusion goes forward. Okay, that's good, it's doing something now. Good aggro onto the small creep and the large one to get the extra skeletons. You're probably not going to have a fight anytime soon. Send those mantis out and use the mantis to scout. Your team is in a very vulnerable position right now, so you don't want to be sort of in this area just waiting for Faceless Void to come in and chrono you. So you need to cast your Manta and then throw the Manta out like it's you going into a camp, and then bait them into casting a chrono onto a Manta style illusion, as opposed to them catching your team out here while you're all just kind of dicking around on the low ground. Because you baiting out big spells with your Manta is better than having one more Metamorphosis illusion to do something. Get in there. Okay, very slow casting on all your items right there. Easy kill there. And you guys don't have to chase for this. Yeah, send the illusions up. Just keep sending the illusions in. There's no reason for the illusions to stay and your hero to run past. Like, if anything, the hero stays, then the illusions drop. I know that they're not lasting for long, but if if you have the hotkey set, you should have 1 is all, 2 is your hero, 3 is the illusions, or something like that, so that way you can split off the different groups and control, you know, certain types of characters differently. Okay, so you just like stood there as the tornado came at you. You should have sidestepped that tornado. You had plenty of time to see it. You'd even picked up the tide before it got to you. Alright, Faceless Void's coming back, even though he doesn't have Chrono, so you guys are all going to run away, even though this is prime fighting time. There's probably low on mana from casting too many spells. Alright, straight into BKB. So I talked about this on the OD video, but BKB is not the best here because they have Chrono and Roar. So 2 of their 3 cores can do something that interrupts your BKB and it makes it completely worthless. The BKB is good against the Invoker, but and Jakiro, you know, like there's a lot of magical damage on that team, but it's just not enough to save you. It's not as powerful as it normally is. And with the amount of tanks you have on your team, between Clock, Tide, and Ogre, there's enough frontliners that you shouldn't have to worry about being targeted all the time. Your teammate's job is to, you know, protect you and sort of, you know, build the fight around the big, giant, you know, snowball throwing machine that you're supposed to be. So you really want to get more damage, more range, going into something like that Hurricane Pike instead of a BKB. Because the BKB gives you the tiniest little bit of extra damage, and that's it. You don't have any offensive benefit from the BKB here. You really need to go like Scotty first, Pike first, maybe even MKB. Value Vlads would be the world's worst thing because you're probably going to want to go Scotty the super late game. Something other than BKB. And I'm not saying don't get a BKB this game, but it should not be your first item. Especially when you're as underfarmed as you are. And as you will continue to be, because you know, you're starting to catch up to, you know, the leading players, but eventually Void will be like 10, 15,000 ahead of you, and you just don't have any good farming items right now. You're going early magic immunity, but you're not actually a very active team. Alright, so now you guys are standing around. I don't know why you're all kind of in the front of this river here in that tier 1 tower spot, but that was really inefficient. Maybe you guys talked about smoking and then just didn't actually do it. I don't know. But something went wrong there, and you guys didn't do much anything. Another mistake, put the clarity out and put the Falling Blade in. We'll pop the clarity. Okay. Kind of a good thing you didn't get that fucking Sunder off, but you'll still die anyway. Yeah, sell those damn branches. You're never going to use these branches again. You refuse to move them into your active inventory, so you might as well just sell them and get the extra little bit of gold it is to get you your BKB that smidge faster. Okay, so you running to the Roche Pit, even though, okay, right, so their whole team is up, and you guys want to try and go for a weird Roche while Chrono's down. Problem is, this is when you should be going for a fight and a pick-off, not locking yourself into one spot where all the good Jakiro and Snapfire and Invoker spells will fuck you up. So you leave the pit, you get scared, you don't go back for a gank. Oh, you actually eat one of OG's Tankos, that's good. Okay, still hanging on to the clarity. Okay, so illusions are pushing by themselves now, that's good. So you could have done that earlier in the game, but it's good that you're doing it now. Because you're pushing both the Manta Illusions together, they're not going to mistake them for you, or they probably won't assume one of them is you. If you throw one Manta Illusion to go to farm a neutral camp, and then you push one Manta Illusion with the wave, and you're, you know, obviously not you Illusion, they may believe that the Manta is you, and they may do something spell-wise to waste on the Illusion. So that's why you always want to split the Manta one off, and not just push the double Manta Illusions together in a pair. Alright, so you've had this Mithril Hammer in your stash for a really long time. I guess you're just trying to get the whole BKB at once. Okay, here we go. Good fight. Everybody kills off the supports pretty quickly. And then you got a good chance to push here. And this turns into a tier 3 tower, which I wouldn't have stood around for, but you guys end up getting it pretty quickly, so it works out. Illusion. You're holding an illusion for a really long time here. This is inefficient, so you gotta cast that immediately. You want to be constantly casting this as soon as it's on cooldown when you're sieging like this, because you could have had a third illusion by now, but now you've only got 2 because you waited so long. Alright, so most everybody gets out. You stand still for a long time before TPing. Weird. You have BKB money. Alright. Alright, still got a Tango. The branches are gone somehow, that's good. Alright, good. Throwing the illusions into the way and leaving. Again, I would Manta and then throw 1 Manta illusion with that so that they might waste their stuff on it, thinking it's you. And then the other Manta illusion can come with you to farm, just like you're doing now in the jungle. Let's see. Looks like you blocked that camp yourself. It's the same. So if you hold the Alt key when you're standing outside the box like that, you can see the yellow outline. Oh, excuse me. Alright, going for Scotty. It's not bad. Use that damage, slow, control you need. So going with the Scotty means you're almost definitely not going to go Pike at this point. And the build at this point should probably be Scotty, MKB, Satanic. Alright, so that was a shame. And I remember that fight going that way years. Cells fresh in. So let me see if BKB would have been worthwhile there at all. Okay, so Faceless Void comes out of the Astral on the wrong side, and you just get stuck right there. Yeah. So there's no way you were doing better there. That worked out poorly for you, but that was mostly because of the way the OD played his Astral there. Alright. Not OD. Faceless Void is your entire concern in this game. There's nothing else that you should be worrying about from everyone else. There's nothing you can do about the Beastmaster Roar. And if you get Beastmaster Roar, you have to count on the rest of your team to get in there and disable him while he's disabled you. But your entire focus should be trying to get the Faceless Void. And basically help OD dump enough damage to kill Faceless Void for the few amount of disables you have. You should not be wasting your Metamorphosis right clicks on anyone else if you have the option. Obviously, if there's no one else, then you get what you have, but really you need to be prioritizing your positioning, your itemization, your timings to hit the Void. Because OD doesn't quite have enough damage to take care of the Void, even with all those disables. Okay, so this is a waste because Faceless Void just walks out and you guys use meta and a BKB. Don't think this turns into anything here. Standing in the tornado, lose all the illusions, lose those. Good kill there. You guys are way too deep and you're about to all get chronoed. So right here, there's no reason for you to be standing in the middle of the two racks. So this is a terrible spot because no matter where Faceless Void Chronos in this entire area, it's always going to cover that spot in the middle of the two racks. You want to be out here on this corner, you want to be at the top of the steps, you want to be on this edge, you want to be somewhere on this outer ring. You do not want to be the person right in the middle of the racks. And I don't know why you walked forward for that after you guys dove the Beastmaster and came back. When you stopped hitting the Beastmaster and you went back to hitting the building here, you should have hit the building, stepped away, hit the building, stepped away, and basically done the attack move walk that I was talking about earlier, so that by the time Faceless Void does come in and chrono this area, you're standing further out on somewhere on this outer ring. Alright. Let's see, where is this? You do have buyback. So you're back, you're coming out. You guys want to do some stuff. Yeah, good pushback. Good. Move to the other side, use your Q, use your W. Q and W. You're really not big on using the Q, and the big part about it is the slow. It's not the fact that there's an illusion of the enemy. The illusion of the enemy doesn't do diddly dick unless it's an AM or something. You really want that slow on the heroes that aren't magicking yet. Yeah, that's bad. You need a Sunder. You need a Sunder. So you had a chance right there while you were still BKB to Sunder, and you turned around to run away, then turned back, then turn around to run away, and then turn back. And by the time you did the fourth turn right, it was too late for you to Sunder. So you could have been alive still. Like right now, you should have Sundered. I think it was the Faceless Void there, and you would have been alive. Wonder if he had BKB up still. I wonder if that's why you didn't Sunder. I thought his BKB was down by that point, but maybe you saw it was still up, and that's why you didn't turn. Alright, still power farming. You have buyback, but you're a ways away. So do you buy Scotty and buy out, or do you farm up another 1,000 or so, get buyback? You buy out. Okay, here we go. This is it. 1,500 more. It's going to cost a bit. Here we go. Good smoke. Looking good. You're in the front. You should not be. You need to let Clock and Ogre and Tide get in the front. Okay, now you're in the back, but you kind of buy blocked everyone, so now it's too late. And everyone leaves. Okay. Good. Remember, throw those Manta illusions out for farming. You're not really going to need them all the time, just in case a fight breaks out on top of you, because it usually won't. Your team needs that extra vision, because you have such a poor vision lineup. The Clockwork Flares aren't nearly enough to make up for all the bad warding and the Hawks. Okay, so you're not in the fight here, and there's a big fight going on. You were not paying attention for like the last 30 seconds to what was going on in the mini-map, and they were all moving in, everyone else postured, and you're here way too late. Okay, use that Q. I don't know why you don't use the Q, okay? So you use the Sunder, but you keep walking into these fights and you don't Q when there's like 3 heroes around you. Like, there's no reason to even have that spell if you're not going to use it the entire time in that fight. Like this spell with the slow really is what keeps everybody from slowly walking around on top of you and keeps them in a place where OD and everybody else can sort of lock them down. So definitely try and throw your Q out in those fights more, because sometimes you forget about it and it just doesn't get cast ever. Okay. BKB down to 7. Not the worst. So how far are you from buyback? 600? Okay, not bad. You should have that for the next fight. Good positioning behind the team. Let them sort of take this engagement first. So I do like you being back here a little bit. You have the gold for buyback, which is good, but you should also queue something up, because if there's something in that 800 surplus where you can afford it, then you should. So you're well beyond your buyback now, but you're not buying the components for anything else. And one of those new components is probably better than a Wraith Band. Good throwing the illusions forward, but same thing, use the Manta. Okay, these guys aren't even attacking. You just give them auto attack orders. There you go. Just A-click the ground. When you spawn the illusions, immediately A-click, hold the A button and then click on the tower. And that means they're just going to run all the way across this mini-map and attack whatever they run to until they get to the tower, which is always going to be creeps. But yeah, you should be thinking about what your next item is. You're now over 1,000 beyond buyback, so you should have something or some idea of what your next item is. Okay, interesting. Clock is just going to make space. You guys get away. That's good. Yeah, I really don't know why you're not starting to buy your next item here. I mean, basically the only two choices are like an MKB or a value Vlad's starting for a Satanic. Maybe you get a Daedalus. You start like a Chrysalis and then go into Daedalus later. But it's got to be something. Like what the hell is this? Now you have 1,600 surplus and you're not using it. It's great you have buyback, but after your buyback, that's 1,700 gold that you've now built up is doing nothing. And you really need to have a use for this money. And this is the game right here. Okay, you watch that happen. Hide behind the trees. This is a good spot. Good positioning. Okay, and he gets an axe stun. So that's a shame. You want to BKB preemptively for that, but even then, the axe stun just right through the guy. But even if you had BKB'd preemptively, he was still going to stun you, and you would have been in a bad spot. It's just unfortunate that he decided to time walk into that batch of trees you were hiding on and basically find 3 people and chrono you. Alright, that's the end of that game. You do have buyback, no real point using it. Okay, you do, but you still have 2k gold. So, this is 2k gold you should have bought. You should have bought something with at the time. This game is over, and you guys all realize that.